CB Genesis, hey, how are you? Best Forbes, what's going on? I think we're starting to get some people joining. I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Sundays. Pretty cold in Melbourne. It's actually today is first day here. We're starting to get some good sun, and it's early, which is nice, but still quite chilly actually. Happy Easter, same to you. Happy Easter to everybody, and to you, Tony. Yeah, it's nice and bright. It's not as strong yet, but it just came out like maybe not even a minute. There's Duke. Hey, Duke, what's going on? So the snow is melting, which is nice. It's almost most of it is gone. It'll probably snow again, probably by end of month. Usually that happens every April. We get about 3-4 feet of snow again before it gets nicer. Was sick on Easter, unfortunately. Hopefully you're feeling better. The idea is make sure you're grounded, keep your body nice and calm so you can actually overcome the sickness. That's the most important thing. Oh, beautiful sun. I needed it. There's the chicken coop is almost done, if you guys can see it. We got the window installed, we got the framing, just waiting for the roof to arrive so I can close it off. So it's coming along nicely actually. We're gonna go inside and have some coffee. We've got turkeys in the land. I don't know if yeah, they're not out yet, but hopefully they'll come out here very shortly. They came. There's about 3 turkeys. They come every year, um, usually end of March, and they actually before they leave, they'll probably have about like nine little turkeys running around here, which is pretty cool. I just have to change my shoes before we go on there. Feeling better at the moment. Was hit with some sort of stomach virus bacteria. No, that's not good. Yeah, the thing is, whenever you feel you've been hit with anything, especially a stomach issue, one of the best things to do is take magnesium citrate. It increases the fluid into the gut and it flushes things out. And what you do is you take berberine, or you take what do you call it, oregano, antibacterial, antifungal issues, and will actually get rid of it. But you need the magnesium citrate so you can actually cause more water to flush out the gut. And that works like really, really good and quite fast. I was flushing pretty hard. That was the primary system. Yeah, so sometimes when you're hit like that, you have to kind of go back to the basics, and of course, don't be eating anything, just so you can let your body settle. And usually it'll take about, if you do that right away with the magnesium citrate and the oregano, probably within about 18-24 hours, you'll be feeling like excellent. If you delayed it, then it can take sometimes up to like 3 to 4 days to actually heal from it. So it's almost kind of, I always sometimes keep some of this stuff on hand as an emergency. This way you can kind of speed up the process once you come across it. Hey, Duke, are the turkeys there hiding? Yeah. If you guys double click the screen or put some likes, maybe we'll get more people to join us. I know I am quite early. It's only 8 a.m. Usually I come here about 9, but I thought we come in a little bit early because I have a lot of things to finish later. Hi, Maurice. Looks like nice weather. Yes, actually, it's nice today. The sun is out. This is the first day that we actually get the sun that early. It's supposed to actually get cloudy in the afternoon because we got sprayed this morning twice already, about 4 o'clock. So it's kind of crazy. But no, it's I've been looking forward to this weather because we haven't had any sun for a long time. Well, keep in mind in the winter months for almost 3.5, 4 months, I get no sun at all. So finally, the sun is shooting right at us. Today is the first day that we get full sun automatically from the moment it actually it comes out from that side of the mountain. I don't know if you guys can see it. In the winter time, it shifts about 20, 30 feet down this way, so it's actually hidden behind the trees. So this is pretty nice, actually. I love it. Yeah, this morning when I woke up, I looked outside. It was like nice and clear sky, and not even like 5 minutes after, you see like two planes flying by with a chemtrail. And it's supposed to be like 15 degrees today, and probably like right now, I'm actually outside with this jacket. It's quite chilly. It's not supposed to be like that. Any thoughts of using the sun with the closed eyelids for red light therapy of the eyes? Um, well, either way, the spectrum from the sun you're gonna get is gonna actually benefit your skin, benefit your circadian level. But we need to I kind of get a little bit of sun into the eye, into the retina as well too, so I can actually activate the mitochondria. So, but yeah, the red light, even red light therapy works not bad. It's just it flickers so much. I don't really like them a whole lot. Sometimes they actually cause tiredness on the eyes more than anything. Bigfoot probably lives near you, but only he would know. Yeah, probably, probably they're around in the land right behind me. They're watching me all the time. Who knows? Which is fun because it's all like dense forest all across there, so it'll be quite interesting. Yeah, let's get my shoes on. Maybe we'll go for a little walk outside. Then we'll come back and do our coffee. I'm gonna turn on the coffee machine. Today is the first day I didn't actually turn on the wood stove. Usually I turn it on every morning. So hopefully stays nice and sunny. Yeah, the refresh rate, artificial lights can really be an issue, especially with some turn down the flicker rate to lower the brightness. Yeah, you have to be careful because it might maybe make you feel good in the beginning, but after that, it does actually cause some strain on the vision. You're gonna feel your eyes are getting quite heavy. There's different reflect rates, but I'm not a huge fan of them. I watched a video of yours when it was really cold outside. I couldn't believe you went out without the hat. You get used to it after a while, living in a cold climate like that. You have to. I'm still having a hard time doing everything on my right side because last week when I fell and I hurt my ribs, so I'm still having a hard time. I haven't slept for almost a week and a half now. I wake up every morning about 2 a.m., like really, really in heavy, heavy pain. And from 2 till 4, then I fall asleep again. But my HRV, my recovery, everything else is like, it's terrible. I'm not feeling the best yet. And I think whenever you damage your ribs, I think it takes like almost 2 months to actually heal. First time I have eye floaters. Very annoying. I was told to take a eye floaters. Very easily fixed. Taurine is going to be your #1 supplement. You're taking about 3 grams every 4 hours, 5 hours, so you can saturate at the cellular level. This is very, very important, and you can get rid of your floaters. If you want to take something additional with the taurine, the only thing that I would do, I would take astaxanthin, about 12 to 24 milligrams for about 5 days straight. Then you can reduce it to about 6 milligrams after. But yeah, that's the only way you can get rid of the floaters. Floaters happens because too much sometimes fructose. I don't know if you're eating fructose or maybe something that you ate was not feeling good. Used to go out walking late with single layer long sleeve shirt for short term cold exposure. Yeah, 100%. We definitely need it. If you live in a cold climate, we have like in a cold climate, you're always going to have like a good exposure no matter what. What are some good natural blood thinners? You got omega-3 coming from, like, say, sardines. That's going to be your best. You have garlic. You got cayenne, white willow bark. There's a lot of different things you can use for blood thinners as most natural as possible. What are some good high EPA? Yes, EPA, DHA is really good for you as well. 100%. Hey Duke, how's the chickens doing? Duke, forget the ball. We're not gonna play just yet. Just walk around a bit. What are your thoughts on canned sardines? Some say you should avoid canned. Well, the problem is with the canned, they do have, first of all, it's the heavy metal that we get hit with. That's one thing. The second thing is, they tend to use a specific resin to actually close the seal, and that seal sometimes can cause hormone disruption. And other than that, are the sardines in water or oil? Make sure they are in water, spring water. And the thing is, sometimes the sardines, depends how they're cooked, at what temperature, you can actually destroy the omega-3s. And the only reason sometimes we eat sardines is because of the omega-3 levels. Now, they've done some testing and it shows that it does not get oxidized. Now, I've been eating sardines every day for the past probably 2-3 weeks now as a test to check my omega-3 levels and everything. I've been eating about 3 cans a day. Keep in mind, some of them will cause some histamine reaction, but I haven't really felt a difference yet to tell you how I feel overall. Do you have only 2 meals per day? What is high in fat, got bedtime, but low carb? Yeah, I only have 2 meals a day. My last meal of the day is about 2 p.m. My 2 p.m. intake's a little bit higher than the first meal, so I can actually have some good night's sleep as well too. It's not whether it's what's high in fat or not. Usually, my second meal is always about 10 eggs, 12 eggs. That's what I get my good ratio of fat to protein, about 2 to 1. That's like the ideal ratio. Was advised I should try eating sardines for calcium since I'm only eating beef and yolk exclusives. Well, Vitamin D, what enhances your calcium. You don't have to take direct calcium. We get plenty enough of calcium in our diet. So when you eat egg yolks contain vitamin D. Vitamin D enhances calcium. So it doesn't mean that you actually have to eat sardines to get the calcium. But, if you do eat sardines with the bones, they do contain quite a bit of calcium. Eggs, choline, 100% you get. But keep in mind, the vitamin D, anything you get, even when we're getting vitamin D from the sun as well too, that enhances your calcium. So we get plenty of calcium in our diet that we don't need to actually be taking any. Yep, started taking 12,000 international units and lowered my magnesium glycinate to 100 milligrams. Yeah, and usually your vitamin D should be based on your body weight. So if you are deficient, well, if you're trying to maintain the levels have to be between every 25 pounds of body weight, you take 1,000 IU of vitamin D. That's maintenance. But if you're deficient, usually you double that or you even triple that until you hit your proper threshold. Eggs increase estrogen too much in women. Also, eggs, lots of parasites. I don't know where you get that information from. Eggs, they do actually contain, it is a hormonal food, yes, but it does not actually increases estrogen in women. That information is correct. If anything, it will actually balance it. Same with males, it will actually balance your testosterone. Been eating raw yolks for almost 3 years, no issues. Yeah, and I highly recommend eating the yolk raw. You can lightly cook it if you need to. Depends what you're making. But, the more you can have it raw, the better you're going to preserve all the nutrients in it. Parasite risk is lowest risk in cooked eggs. Shell protects. The shell is 100% protecting the eggs from getting. That's why, if you get pasture-raised eggs or you have your own chickens, you never wash the eggshell. Just keep it intact, and that's how it actually prevents parasites. Like I keep my eggs outside. Sorry, not in the fridge. I mean, and I keep them there. You can keep them there for about a month and a half. But I consume about 10 to 12 eggs daily. So they sit on the counter for about a couple days, and I'm getting about 12 more chickens. So this way I can have about 24 eggs every day. So it'll be split between me and Duke. Where's Duke? I'll go look for him. Duke! Oh, there he is. He's in front of me. Yeah, you just, the only thing you have to do is with the eggs, just make sure you clean them from the poop or just, if you're going to go boil the egg like soft boil, I usually clean them up before I boil them, just in case one of them cracks and stuff. But yeah, other than that, should be fine. Sorry, meant pathogens, an egg shell, not parasite scope medical medium. I think the medical medium is bullshit. This guy here, they talk so much harm and so much bullshit about the eggs, and he turns around and he sells his own egg supplement replacement. It's funny how every influencer, every doctor, every functional medicine, they're all out there. They destroy one thing and they turn around and they sell you other things. It's like they're always trying to sell you something. They're always trying to sell you a supplement or a replacement or some sort, which is crazy, especially the medical medium bullshit. I don't believe everything they say, and most of it is all crap. Just don't go looking. How to increase bile production. I am trying to increase fat consumption but finding it difficult. You have to, when it comes down to increasing bile, now don't get me wrong, you can take Tatka, you can take ox bile, you can add taurine, so it actually helps with the flow. But the thing is, you have to let it naturally increase as you go and naturally allow your body to adapt. So you can't just force it by adding more supplements to your diet. You just allow it to actually take its course. It's, for example, you're going to come to me and tell me, hey, Maurice, I want to put on 7 pounds of muscle, but I want to do it fast. But it's all about consistency. You have to do, like, say, your bicep every single week for a whole year before maybe you put on like a half inch. So same thing with the bile. You have to give it time so it actually understands your system, it trusts your system, understand the type of fast you're taking. Then it'll increase it slowly. Don't force it. So if you're only handling a 1-to-1 ratio and you really want to handle 2-to-1 ratio, take it easy and very slowly. Booking a private chat very soon. Just getting info ready to help. Sounds good. Yeah, no problem. Anytime, Kim. I found butter as lightest to digest. It is rendered fat. It is easier, but it does causes much higher risk in certain individuals for their ApoB levels. Lamb breast is best, cheap, cut, high fat, 100%. The my main go-to for fat is bone marrow more than anything. I like it because it has a nice, good flavor, but it is good for your brain. It does contain quite a bit of good quality source fats, and actually, if you boil it and you collect the fat, you can turn that into like a nice buttery to cook your eggs and others. Should you take citrulline or arginine for better nitric oxide? Citrulline is a precursor to L-arginine, so it converts in your kidneys to L-arginine. It's okay if you can take up to 6 grams to 12 grams daily to actually activate your nitric oxide pathway. L-arginine, on the other hand, once you are over the age of 40, and once you already have some type of heart disease related issue, L-arginine does not convert to nitric oxide. What it does, it actually increases arginase. And if it increases arginase in your blood, then what's going to happen is your ADMA as a biomarker goes up, then your arteries become stiff. So sometimes you might take L-arginine thinking you're going to activate it to nitric oxide, but you're not. You're causing more harm than good. So that's why when we hit over the age of 40, we end up taking nitrate, because nitrate converts 25% in your mouth and it converts the rest of it in your gut without worrying about, putting stress on your kidney, but it bypasses that pathway. So we have two different pathways for nitric oxide, and that would be the safest way. Thoughts on lowering fat below 1-to-1 gram for body for short term? Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean you reduce the fat, you're gonna have better body fat loss. It's all about fine tune it. So it doesn't have to be like a 1-to-1 ratio. It could be like a 0.5 to 1 ratio. But your weight loss is as well is based on the protein intake, based on your movement, based on your clearance. Doesn't mean if we the only reason you might maintain your body weight only if you're going a 2 or 3-to-1 ratio. You could do that. Sometimes if you actually drop your fat too low, short term is okay. If you do it more than that, you're gonna struggle with energy, you're gonna struggle with sleep, you're gonna struggle with cortisol. So sometimes it's not about sometimes lowering the fat, it's about stabilizing your cortisol, because your cortisol is what keeps you alive. And think of your weight loss or testosterone or estrogen as uh, your luxury hormone. If the luxury hormone is not active, is because your cortisol is still high. So control your cortisol, everything else will be stable. So that's how you actually stable your nervous system, stable your cortisol, fix your sleep, and everything else will follow. So my diet, for example, I maintain the same weight all year long, and I maintain like a very low body fat percentage. I still consume anywhere between, depends on the days, sometimes 1-to-1 ratio, sometimes 2-to-1 ratio, sometimes 3-to-1 ratio. It depends on my energy level and how much I require. I find I'm better on leaner ratio. Yeah, 100%. 100%. If you find that that's what's working for you, then that's the idea with it, right? And the idea is not to kind of overconsume too much protein either. If you're keeping your protein, let's say between 0.8 to 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight, ideal body weight, and for the fat, you can actually adjust that. I stopped counting myself just because I've been doing it for many years, so I kind of know the ins and outs just by kind of as an estimate. Um, and I feel like almost like the style of the ancestrals, where I don't do too much extreme fasting, I don't do too much extreme overconsumption, so I kind of keep it, one day over and above. Some days I don't, so it varies. I have annual 1 pound per pound body weight max for me. Perfect. I have an annual physical tomorrow. Labs show red blood level counts and high bilirubin. Nothing too far out of normal range. Higher bilirubin, just a little bit overstimulation of your liver. The question is, why is your liver being overstimulated? And that could be either the liver is trying to actually detoxify, or maybe certain overproduction of certain things you're taking, or certain supplementation. So that varies. So that varies per individual and varies on what's happening in your lifestyle. Hey Travis, good morning. We'll listen later. Have a nice Sunday. Sounds good. Cam, you take care of yourself. Do you believe in a blood type diet? Eat right for your blood type. I think it's all bullshit. Sorry to say that. I'm a blood type A, and it says for a blood type A, I thrive on soy. Like, give me a break. Soy was never part of our biology. Soy is like man-made. So no, I don't believe in eat right for your blood type. There's so many books out there. There's so much stuff out there. There's so many lies out there that I think it just people fall for that stuff. And so much millions of dollars are made for a lot of this, a lot of information that's not really supervised or looked at correctly, I guess. I got a lot of water here on that tree. I had my step-grandmother lecture me on how I'm wrong about red meat for everyone, and how she can't eat any red meat and must avoid it. Oh, trust me, I think the generation before us, like your grandmother, my grandmother, and everybody, most of them were almost like they go quite a bit of high vegan. They've been mongered against red meat and others. Like, I have one person I know, family is like, they eat chicken every day, and they wonder why they have inflammation. They eat chicken every day. They eat meat once every 2 weeks, and they eat like a processed treat once a week, and they call that the best diet, right? Shockwave therapy has been resolving chronic back issue from car wreck when I was 5. Any thoughts on shockwave therapy? I don't have much information on that, unfortunately. No. I can research it. If you maybe put that in a comment on that video, once the video is finished, I have no problem of researching it, and I can look up some of the scientific literature to see if there is something true, that it does actually work, or it does actually help, or it does actually heal. and I can give you my full information on it. I just don't want to say yes, it's good right now, or no, might not be good. I just have to do a little bit more digging into it, and I can give you a better answer. Keep in mind, guys, even though I know quite a bit about health and nutrition and biohacking and everything, there's certain things, I have to be honest about it. If I don't know, I will have to look into it, and that's how I learn. That's how I learn from you guys, by asking specific questions. It's also pretty sad, especially to hear it from people who are obviously overweight and addicted to treats. 100%, right? And you always wonder, how can we listen to somebody who's overweight and does all these things, and yet they can't take care of their own health? Um, I can confirm it's working for me. I just don't know if there are side effects. Probably, if it's working for you, it's not whether there's side effects. It's all about whether your system or your nervous system is becoming unstable from it. Then we'll have to dig a little bit further. But definitely, if you send me that comment, would be more than happy to look into it. We have fasts coming up. What are your thoughts on the opposite of fasting? Priming before the fast, like for eating food. Is that what you mean, Travis? Anyways, I'm enjoying my fatty ground beef and yolks. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Oh, no kidding. Hey, I've been eating beef every single day, probably for the past, well, for many years, but for the past 12 years now, straight, every single day, about 2 pounds. Have Have you turned off spirit chats? No, I haven't turned anything off. Not allowing me. I'm not sure. I just activated the YouTube channel, and that's like the live, and that's it. Did not turn off anything, unless they're doing some type of updates or anything like that. But there's always link on the website as well too for other donations. Travis, what do you mean by priming? So to kind of get ready before the meal, or keep it? Some people, they like to prime by, I don't know if that's exactly what he's trying to ask me. Some people like to prime by eating a little bit more extra calories or extra intake of food, so therefore they can last. But I always say this: keep it as natural as possible. If your meal consists of 1 or 2 pounds, keep it as 1 or 2 pounds, for example. It doesn't you don't have to actually increase the intake. Priming is eating as much meat as you can for a week straight. Bark it. Well, it depends. It depends how long you're doing of a fast. Like when I was doing 3 days fast every single week, my my meal before I go on a 3-day fast would be about 3-4 pounds of protein. So there's a method that was some of the monks. I gotta look it up. Before they used to go out like 3 to 5 days hunting. They would actually intake like anywhere up to like 10 pounds of meat sometimes. So therefore, they have the energy, they have the strength, and they can actually go long, long days without needing the idea of having a lot of food, for example. So I used to do that. I did that diet style for almost about 6 to 8 months. I found those cravings for sweeter dairy is non-existent, but I ever wanted a treat. Raw heavy, double cream, vanilla, egg yolks, and some glycine powder. Oh, I was making an ice cream the other day. It was like heavy whipping cream, 1 cup, 5 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of glycine, and you freeze it overnight. It tasted really nice. It was like a nice, soft, kind of good tasting ice cream. I'm not sure the exact time frame thought how long he did it for. I am so the one I did, Travis, was this. I would eat, and the thing is, I would eat anywhere between 3 to 5 pounds of meat. Could be fish and red meat. and I would actually fast for 3 days. And I do the same thing. One meal, 3 to 5 pounds, then I would fast for 3 days. I did it for almost about 6 to 8 months straight, give or take. After that, I just kind of got off of it. We're just actually aiming for a specific biomarker to see if it changes anything with the glycocalyx. How do you increase the stomach acid production to handle eating a lot of protein and fat? Salt. Your front load salt is going to actually increase your hydrochloric acid. But your gut can only still hold so much. But when I was eating 3 to 5 pounds, I would do the salt 15 minutes before, but I would do the salt in the morning. And keep in mind, the meat that I eat was actually rare or raw, so therefore it does contain its own enzymes, live enzymes. So that's how you're able to eat that much amount of food. Because if it's actually heavily cooked, your body will actually eventually start to feel a little bit tired and bloated because you don't have enough acidity to actually continue breaking it. Yeah, glycine was amazing. Seriously, like I never had 2 tablespoons. I had 2 tablespoons because I ate the whole freaking ice cream. 2 tablespoons of glycine. That's almost like six teaspoons. So it was a lot of glycine, but actually, it made me feel good. To be honest with you, like I actually felt good the whole day, taking that much of a glycine at once. I can't imagine eating that much in one sit. It is tough. It is tough, Travis. Like seriously, when I was doing it, I did it almost about 6 years ago. I would sit there for almost an hour and a half eating, and after that, it's like you start to feel sick from eating. It's like you don't want to eat anymore, and I think that's the idea behind it. That you keep the food away from you looking at it or even touching it for almost like 3 days. Every time you look at food is like you feel like you don't want to eat anymore, and that's how the feeling was. And after that, I start to kind of enjoy it because sometimes I would push for 4 days or I would push for 5 days, but I was doing it every single week. So I would eat Monday, for example, then I would fast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then back again. You eat, then you fast again 3 days. I was doing it on a weekly basis. The effect that I was doing it was looking for something in specific to see how fast it changes because it's all about consistency. And unfortunately, within 6 months or so, I was doing this consistent, only like not even a percent of that biomarker change. So the body changes at such a very, very low rate. So that's why, doing these extreme fasts or extreme eating habits, hey Duke, it's very it's unnecessary, and I think it puts a lot of stress on the body. That's why when people talk about, hey, do fasting, you can actually, it's good for longevity or do this. Yeah, long term, but as long as you're not forcing it and you're causing too much stress on the body. Amino acid that tastes sweet, 100%. I've been using glycine probably for the past 12 years because it's probably one of the best sugar tasting molecule. Well, it's not a sugar, but it's a sweet amino acid that actually tastes really good. I'm testing another one I'm gonna get next week actually for beta alanine or carnosine as well. It is a magical sweetener. How much glycine and is that on an empty stomach? Yeah, you can take it on an empty stomach. It works better. Um, the glycine I was using, like I take it with every meal every day. Duke, what are you doing? We're gonna have some coffee. We're not gonna eat now. I know you're used to eating in the morning. But yeah, you can actually mix it with coffee. You can take it after your food, so it does actually help with intracellular hydration. It does help with sleep. Does help with the arteries, that makes your arteries pliable. So there's a lot of massive benefits with. Oh, he took my shoe. You're not gonna eat, Duke. I want my shoe back. It does have a lot of benefit, and make sure you're buying a powder form because you'll be using a lot of it. Don't get it full of mud. He took my shoe. What an ass. Because I told him we're not going to eat now. So the ice cream that I did the other day, so I got 5 egg yolks. I should give you guys the recipe when I'll do it again. 5 egg yolks. You put the 5 egg yolks, you put the 2 tablespoons of MCT, you whip it, you continue whipping it till it becomes nice and creamy. Then you continue whipping it and you start to actually drizzle the heavy whipping cream. We're talking about 33% heavy whipping cream. Slowly, you do about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And once you do that, you continue whipping it till everything becomes nice and thick, nice and creamy. Then you put it on top of the heat for about 2 minutes, like a very, very low heat, and you continue stirring it slowly till it becomes thick. Once it becomes thick, then you can actually put it in the freezer, and it'll be like perfect ice cream. Make sure you put it on like a stainless steel flat. You don't want it to be too thick, like something flat, maybe about 1 inch. This way it actually freezes a lot faster. Why do I have a food sensitive to egg yolk? Everybody does. It's a type of protein that the human body cannot really absorb or digest as good unless it's well overcooked. And sometimes you have to get rid of it. Good morning, Maurice. How are your ribs doing? Hoping that the pain is still there. I should have went and maybe taken a picture because it's been a week and a half now. It's been a week actually or so. I haven't been sleeping at all. I wake up about 2 a.m. in the morning and I'm in like heavy pain. And it takes me about an hour to fall asleep again, but my HRV and recovery, they're not doing good at all. So the pain's still on my right side up here. Even lifting my arm or even sneezing or putting my shoe on, it hurts. But what could I do? I think I'm still putting a lot of effort to finish the chicken coop, and I'm not really letting my ribs relax correctly. Egg whites are deficient in trace minerals and B vitamins anyway. I use the protein budget for muscle myself, 100%. Just make sure when you guys are eating the egg yolk, make sure they are quite cooked. If they're not, they can cause some digestive issues and they can cause certain vitamin, which one? Biotin. You become depleted in biotin as well. But yeah, that's how if I get some more, I have a whipping cream. I don't know if I have any. Yeah, I have like not even. I only have like maybe a little bit. We'll use that for my coffee right now. I'll do the ice cream and maybe make a video on it. Protein inhibitors, yes. It does conflict quite a bit with the digestion, with the enzymes. Yeah, this one here that I have, heavy whipping cream, this one is 36%. And it expires on April 7th. I only have like a little bit left. Maybe we'll use it for my coffee. But yeah, the ice cream was good. This is the first time I actually, and what I did last time, I ended up mixing with the ice cream. I put as well the fat of the bone marrow. I did about I have about 36 recipes for a carnivore, like from desserts to certain things that I'm putting in my book. So hopefully you guys will actually like the recipes when I finish the book. Because one of my favorite one, it does have to do something with bone marrow. If Maurice was forced to eat a plant protein source, what would you choose? A plant protein? Well, a lot of the plants are incomplete protein. So I don't know if I would say a plant protein. I would say incomplete plant protein. I think the only one that I would eat, because it's a tradition in the Middle Eastern countries that they eat it lots, is chickpeas. I think that's the only one that I would actually ever eat if I was given the choice. Let's say that, hey, we can't get meat anymore and that's all we can live on. I would probably choose a chickpea because it is a traditional Middle Eastern dish that my parents love. Every time I go over to their house, or I go see my brothers on holidays and everything, everybody's having it except me. I don't. So yeah, it would be, I think, chickpeas. You'd have to go with tofu. Yeah, I don't think that day is gonna ever come. As long as I can have eggs from my chicken, I'll be good. And to be honest with you guys, I have about 76 plants growing right now for zucchini and pumpkin and a whole bunch of other stuff, so I can feed my chicken. So everything that I grow, I would actually feed it to the chicken, so I can continue getting good quality eggs. Tofu, never tried tofu, and I don't think I'll ever touch that stuff. I think that stuff is like highly estrogenic. Pumpkin seed for trace minerals. Pumpkin seeds does not have that much mineralization. Very small amount. We don't really absorb a whole lot from it. So we have to kind of be careful, with the pumpkin seeds. Everybody talks so highly about it and about other things that it has benefit to, but the benefit in it is very, very, very basic. Give me a second, guys. Gotta make my coffee. Hey everyone, hi Maurice. Chickpeas is a very popular and traditional fish in Greece as well too. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. And I think if I was gonna have chickpea, because what my parents do, my mom does, she actually sprouts them for about 3 days before they actually make the dish. And what they do is, after they make the dish and everything, they actually put olive oil on top as well. So it's pretty interesting. It is a nice dish, don't get me wrong. I used to have it when I was vegan back in the days, almost gone 15 years ago, but was never really satisfied, and you always get, bloated and you don't feel good. So I like to stay with meat. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I've been trying to get a goat. So yesterday I had one of the farmer come by, was checking out my place, and he has a couple goats. So hopefully I can get a goat this year. But the problem is I gotta make sure I can handle the dairy without any issues, because sometimes I don't do well with dairy. So I'm gonna try to get a couple samples from him as the milk, like raw milk, and kind of see how I can handle it. If I actually handle it pretty good, then I'll probably get a goat. Hey everyone, I'm Maurice. Chickpeas is very popular. We famous for olive oil among with Italy and Spain. Well, see, if you look at olive oil, Olive oil originally started in if you go back in proper history, started in Lebanon and Syria. Then after that, it actually got transferred to Greece. Then from Greece, then Italy and Spain came next. So Italy and Spain are not the original people for olive oil. They actually took the strain from Lebanon and from Syria and from Athens or Greece. Then they actually end up heavily producing it in these countries. And now everybody thinks or everybody remembers from what they've learned that, you know, the best olive oil is going to be in Italy and Spain, but it's not. How do you feel about 300 grams carb intake? If you're doing like a carb load, if you're doing a carb load, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but and only if you're looking to practice and do a carb load. If you're just doing it just for the hell of it, the question is why and how are you gonna actually burn the 300 grams of carbs, because that's a lot of heavy intake and sometimes you don't need that much. Hello Maurice from France. We got a message. How do you feel about wondering how Duke will do with the goat? That's the thing. I'll have to actually tie the goat, put them separately, and kind of see how Duke will act. But what I was thinking is doing the other day is I was gonna tie Duke down with a small leash of like 10 foot and let a couple of chickens out. So I wonder what he's gonna do, if he's gonna actually try to attack them or not. So I'll have to do something to try it out and see how Duke will actually react with the goat. It'll be interesting. Hello, Maurice from France. Julian, thank you for all the good information you provide. Do you think we can suffer from hypervitaminosa A if you eat too much liver? Only if you're eating like a pound a day. I eat about 2 pounds a week. So if you eat a pound a day, then you might maybe get a little bit high levels of vitamin A. But when you stop, your liver will actually releases it. The only thing is you might notice that your bilirubin might get overstimulated from overtaking too much. That's all it is. But once you stop, you're good. You're not gonna get like a heavy toxicity effect from eating. You can actually, the way I look at it is, if you want to keep it at a good ratio, muscle meat to organ, every 7 pounds of muscle meat, you need about 350 grams roughly of liver. Happy Easter. Maurice, happy Easter. Hey, what happened with the ribs? Hey, Andrew, how are you? Happy Easter to you and to your family. I actually fell last week and ended up hitting my ribs on the ice. I slipped. I was coming out from the car. I slipped face first, hit the ribs on the side. So I've been in pain for about a week and a half. I've been having a hard time sleeping, no sleep, can't even work out, can't even lift anything. It's been very, very tough. But more than anything, I really don't care about the workout and stuff. I care more about my sleep, and it's been very, very bad. I get my olive oil from a local farm, organic roots in Northern California. There's a place in California I was getting olive oil from directly. They actually locally grow it. They are an Italian family, and they actually have some really, really good quality. He sent me as a gift. I have about 6 bottles still. I haven't opened them yet. I had some couple months ago. They're actually nice. I like the olive oil with um, ground red meat. It's like a Lebanese dish we do. You can actually, and you can put olive oil on top. Actually, it tastes nice. I lift weight 5 times a week, 300 grams every training day. That is a lot, but it's all based on, you know, if you're burning it or not, and you're utilizing it correctly. But that should be fine. Usually we go, whenever we do like a carb backload, and it's usually about 2 grams to about 7 grams per 1 pound of body weight of carbs. Any thoughts about frog legs? Oh, they're excellent. If you can actually have frog legs, go for it. When I used to live in Lebanon, And when I went to overseas to Spain in 2010, that's all I had was frog legs. It was super delicious. I had them here once in Canada where I'm at, but it wasn't the best. But yeah, they are a really good source of protein, and they taste like really, really nice. They're amazing. And then when I was overseas in Lebanon, they used to make a sauce with them, and it used to consist of olive oil and apple cider vinegar and cayenne. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna blend my coffee. Oh, let me hit it up. Hey, good morning, Docpa. How are ya? My son became addicted to frog legs after he first had them when we visited Niagara Falls when he was 5. Yeah, they are good. They are delicious. If you can get some good sourcing, they're really good. I would love to actually. I think they're probably a good protein source. I wonder if I get some on the land here. That wouldn't be too bad. It'd be better to raise compared to like having chicken or even having even rabbits, because they are more dense nutrient with the frogs compared to rabbits even. Oh, we got coffee, and now you put heavy whipping cream. I think I put a little bit too much of heavy whipping cream because I want to use it before. I think it has 2 days before it expires. There we go. Cheers, guys. Mm, nice flavor. Let's go outside. We can sit outside. Duke is bugging me. He wants to eat, but not yet. He has to wait. Evan, how are you? It's Bill. I just changed my name. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Cheers. We finally have some nice sunny days. And look, it's funny, right? We got some sunny days, and this is like the fourth plane today. This plane. I don't know if you can see the line. There. This is like the fourth one today. So they're trying to actually make the whole thing. See how it's like a little bit cloudy. It was like foggy almost, it looks like. It was super, super clear this morning, and now it's like becoming more foggy. Just kind of sucks. I also want to freaking control everything. What I love is rabbit livers. I've had rabbit livers, are actually nice, but finding a good source is very difficult. Unless you can grow your own. I would love to have maybe rabbits. I don't know if I would, but I like my chicken eggs. They're actually more dense nutrients, and they're much easier to maintain, I think, compared to the rabbits. So the rabbits are, you can have a whole 2 pounds of meat, and you can still feel hungry if you don't have enough fat with it. You'll have to add like your additional fat. Yeah, they're constantly spraying. They'll never stop. They'll never stop. Oh, there's my shoe that Duke took. There we go. Wait, Duke, let me sit down. Hey, hey, let me sit. Okay, 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 okay. I know, 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 I know. Big boy. If you do this as a regular YouTube, I can watch at 2 speed X, no speed control on a short. if I do this as a regular YouTube, what do you mean by 2x? So you would watch the video as 2 speed? Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it still comes out like good quality? Hey, hey. Hey, okay. There. Have your love, you silly boy. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You're a good boy. You're done? Is that your morning love? Hold on, I gotta read. Liliani, we do have 115 students in your school. Eat based on your biology. Hi, classmate, Doc, Pa, and Andrew. Highly recommend Maurice. Hey, if you take my shoe, I won't play with you, and I won't give you. I won't make you breakfast. Come here. Bring it here. Okay, you're not getting breakfast, Duke. You're not getting breakfast if you get it full of mud. Duke is good. He doesn't unless he sees something he doesn't like. Come here. If you bring my shoes, I'll make you breakfast. Duke, I'll make you breakfast if you bring my shoes here. Bring it. Yes. Come on. Oh, he's chewing it. Duke, okay, you're staying here. You're not coming with me to the store. You're not coming with me to the store. Beef bone broth on top of their meals. Awesome results. That's amazing. Yeah, 100%. Bone broth is good. Mix it up. I kind of mix it with the eggs, with the steak. He gets meat. Duke gets meat every freaking day. I can't feed him anything else other than meat and eggs. And he gets his bone marrow or bone broth as well too. And now he stole my shoes. He won't give it to me. They need to eat the same way we eat. Even my chicken, I feed them liver. I have about 5 pounds of liver I got for a good price. I'll be giving that to my chicken as well too, so I can get some good quality eggs. One of the two of the chickens that I got for free from a neighbor of mine, I wish I didn't get them. They actually have mites in their feet, so I have to actually treat them. If I don't actually able to fix them, I don't know how long they've had it for. I might maybe give them away. I give my dogs every day beef bone broth. It's awesome. Hopefully you guys can see me. Let me just wipe the camera a bit. There we go. Oh, hey, let's go. I'll show you guys the chicken coop. We got most of it done. Here, let's go. While I'm holding my coffee, let's go show you guys the chicken coop. I got most of it done. Duke, you're not gonna have. Here, take this. Here. What an ass. Here, get my shoe. Duke, he's gonna get it full of mud. You're gonna come with me to the chickens? Let's go show everybody the chicken coop. You wanna see it? Come on. Let's go show them. No, keep the shoe here. Don't take it in the mud. Keep it here. Come, let's go. I found a rancher in Arizona who delivers grass-fed finished beef weekly to the Tuscan area. Wow. I purchased some beef suet and used some to sear the round roast, and I am slowly cooking right now. That's awesome. Let me know how it turns out. That's amazing. I don't think animals in the wild get cancer like a porky domesticated dog. True. They don't. The only reason the dogs they get cancer is because the stupid feeds that we get. Duke, if that shoe's supposed to stay inside the house, it's not supposed to be out here. That's for my inside usage. He's gonna keep taking it and get closer. He's gonna actually put it in the water. Okay, I'm going. I'll see you later. He does this. See, he came without the shoe now. Let me put my coffee inside. We can go see the chicken coop. See you later, Duke. Duke, sit. I'll give you this. No. You wanna come with me or what? Back up. Back up. Leave it. Leave it. Thank you. Good boy. Okay. Bendazole, yeah, it works. You know, you get the one for the horses. So there's the chicken coop. We got most of it done. We got the whole outside done. We installed the window yesterday. I bought this window for like 20 bucks from a farmer, and actually it fits nicely. So the whole inside is all covered. I'm gonna remove that door, and that door is gonna go in here. So now they have much more room, and I'm gonna keep the ground more sandy. And we got water as well coming through, so fresh water coming through. So this way I don't have to worry about cleaning up the water or changing it or anything like that. So fresh water comes in through the creek, they can drink, and that will eliminate any issues as well too from the water, from you know, whatever, parasites or other issues. So the only thing is we're waiting for right now is the roof, the metal roofing. Once it comes in, then I can let the chickens in here, and hopefully probably by next week I'll be getting 8 more chickens that will come in. And I'll have to separate 2 chickens because they have mites from the ones that I was given for free. So my grandmother raised chickens in a former pig pen, and the pigs took over where the horses were kept. Sometimes the cows and pigs were kept together when it was cold. Oh, nice. I think every person that lives out in an acreage, they should have some type of animals they can actually utilize, especially if you can get some good quality eggs. They have the pasture. They can go out and actually be mostly free range. Technically, every chicken requires a specific amount of square footage, and that's how to keep them as free range as possible. With mine here as well, I got this stuff here. This is a 40-foot run that I'm actually gonna install as well. So this way I'm gonna hook it up on the side of the chicken coop, so this way they can actually run from here all the way to the bottom there and come back. And this way they can pick and eat whatever they want, other than me feeding them liver or other things. The farm was 84 acres, so lots of room. Oh, 100%. 100%. Even with the few acres that I have right now, it is tough to maintain by yourself because there's a lot of work, right? But it is nice because it keeps you busy all day long. Especially in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's tough because we get about a couple feet snow, and it makes it very, very tough. But it's coming along nicely, which is good. And I highly recommend anybody who has access to that to actually get it done. I think chickens would be the ideal number one because you have the fresh eggs all the time, which is really good. Did you ever drink goat milk? I did, yeah. I do drink goat milk, but haven't had raw goat milk yet. Most of the ones I got was organic kind of thing from a farmer that they're not allowed to give it raw because it is illegal here in Canada for the past 19, 18 years that we cannot get raw milk. Would love to get some. That's why I wanted to get goat milk. And I can tolerate the goat milk way more than a regular cow. I make yogurt with goat milk 100%. I was making kefir with the goat milk because it has the nice thing with the goat milk, it has that citrusy lemony type of, kind of frizzy type of taste, which is nice. I love it. I miss raw Guernsey milk. Yeah, there's it is nice to have, and I think the last time I had it was like almost 18, 19 years ago, but I was getting the regular goat milk that's already pasteurized and stuff. But if I can get it raw, we get a lot of grass grown here, so they can eat as much as they want. All I need is one, but I think you have to buy two for them to actually thrive. I had some lamb breast this morning for the first time. So fatty and delicious. It is good, and the fat ratio of the lamb is really good because you get more stearic fat compared to palmitic because they tend to actually graze a little bit better than some of the steer or the beef as well too. So you're gonna get a better ratio. The problem is the ratio of the palmitic on beef fat is high due to the feed. Even if a company tells you, hey, mine is 100% grass-fed, grass-finished, there's still some type of feed introduced, and that's why we tend to see higher palmitic more than anything. I heard Ontario lamb from Canada is better than New Zealand. Huh. That's interesting. Well, New Zealand, probably. I'll have to see. I haven't really tried any from Ontario. Would be interesting to actually try some out. I wonder if they would actually ship to my location. I wouldn't mind trying it out. Yeah, I didn't have lamb in a long time. Lamb is actually really good and it's very easily digested compared to the beef. Cannot get raw milk in Texas unless you get it directly from a farm. The milk lobby got a law and that prevents results. Okay, so it's the same thing as well too in the US. That's interesting. It's funny, right? We banned raw milk, but we allow other things to be freely bought from other stores, right? Duke, you wanna eat? Okay, I gotta make Duke some food because he's used to having 3 eggs every morning. So let's go make him some eggs because he doesn't like it. He's used to it. That's his like startup of the day. In California, I used to get raw milk at stores. Okay, come, let's go eat. Come in. He's here. I'm gonna make Duke 3 eggs. Because if he doesn't eat, he's not gonna be happy. Do Amish or Mennonite farmers have raw milk you could buy? The problem is there is a lot they do, but it's hard to find them because they won't really talk about it or mention it because they can actually get shut down. And right now, I know I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, but what they do is they sell it as raw milk for dogs. That's the only way I can get some. But they'll never say anything else. So it's very, very tough. So for me, the best thing to do is just get me a goat and I'll be all good. So we're gonna make 3 eggs for Duke. This is like his happy breakfast. If he doesn't eat his little treat, he's not gonna be happy. So give me a minute. Exactly, you're allowed to have processed foods, but you ban the good stuff. Well, hey, how else are we gonna keep you sick and keep making money off you? The strongest food standard there is in America is the volunteer one of raw milk farm created in California. So California is the only place you can actually have raw milk. I'm surprised how every state is different than the other. See, in Canada as whole, you cannot get anything. Once something is mentioned, it's mentioned. So in California, it seems they have like a different regulations than any other places. So it's just kind of interesting. Put some beef tallow. So if you guys can, if you can get some thumbs up and likes, we can get more people to join. A lot of more questions. I know I came a little bit early. Usually everybody's used to me coming a little bit later, but wanted to finish a few things today and get my video ready for next Wednesday as well too. So hopefully thanks for your information, very highly appreciated. Yeah, no problem. So there we go. We're cooking the eggs for Duke. They're nice and orangey, as you guys can see. So we're gonna cook it for Duke, and he's gonna enjoy that. That's his little meal of the day. This way, it doesn't have to bug me much. Very knowledgeable. Thanks for your information. Highly appreciate. Yeah, no problem, Bill. Anytime. 10 minutes and it will be an hour since I took morning magnesium, and I can then make my coffee 100%. 100%. Cheers to that. Then you can have your coffee. Heaven, join Maurice's school. Small, minor investment, yet you'll receive loads of information and education. Thank you, Liliane, for putting that out there. Yeah, 100%, guys. If you guys get a chance to join my school, I actually go a lot more in depth, especially if you want to learn anything in regards to your system, how to heal it. Definitely, it is worth it. Heaven, there is There is a 7-day free trial. After that, it's $29 a month, or you can do the whole year, and it drops to, I think, like $20 a month if you do the whole year. But we cover everything. There's about more than 20 plus modules. Every module has anywhere between 6 to 8 lessons. But there's one of the advantage that I'm given in school. I give guidance. So a lot of students can ask questions, personal questions, and I give like a full, valuable information on every single question or respond. A lot more than what I do on YouTube. On YouTube is more of a fast answer more than anything. Definitely, if you get a chance to check it out, Bill, would be great. Whether it's related to heart disease, whether it's related to many other things, everything will be 100% covered. Duke only likes his eggs cooked. If they are raw, he doesn't actually eat them. So he has to have them cooked. He is picky. There we go. Now Duke is gonna be happy. And of course, he gets his taurine, about 1 gram of taurine. He gets his glycine, about 1 gram of glycine. This is all gone for Duke. And he gets 1/4 teaspoon of salt as well. This is what he gets on his breakfast. Congrats on getting your book on Amazon. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, finally, it took a while to actually understand how the whole system worked, and we finally got it on Amazon. As of today, it should be on Ingram as well too. So it is getting published to a lot of places, which is pretty awesome. So if you guys definitely want to get a copy of the book as a hard copy, it is available now. And the printout turned out to be nice as well too. So I got mine, the sample came in the other day. So there it is. It's about 120 pages or so. It looks good. I like it. And I am working on a second part, but the second part is actually a little bit more different, but in a similar type of format. In school, also learning from other people's experience is great. Thank you, Hazel, for putting that out there. I appreciate you. Maurice can also post another link to join. You'll be amazed at all the information you learn, the importance of clearance, redox, nitric oxide, etc. What is the name of the book? Here. So this is the one you're going to see on Amazon. The body holds the answer. Why you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what your biology can sustain. So this is the book. If you actually search for the name, The Body Holds the Answer, it should come up right away. When is the best time to drink water from copper vessel? Will it conflict with magnesium and zinc? No. It doesn't. Coming as a natural form, it does not conflict. Technically, we like to be the zinc and the copper separate. So, for example, I always say have your zinc, beginning of the meal, have your copper at the end of the meal, for example. But you have to have at least like a ratio to 7 to 1. So every 7 milligrams of zinc, you get 1 milligram of copper. Every 1 liter of copper drinking water, you get about 2 milligrams of copper. Get the book on my Kindle. We'll stay reading it soon. Awesome. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts when you read it. We'll give Duke the eggs here shortly, just waiting for it till it cool down. Now, the second book that I'm writing, it is going to be a little bit more pricier. I just do Carnivore Electrolytes, has everything in it, but I keep my salt separate. You don't need to do a Carnivore Electrolyte. Like, as long I can give you the proper ingredients, you can mix it yourself. I hope you're not buying any electrolyte, Bill, because there's no point of buying any. So here, let's make one, and this is one of the most the best way to do it. So get 1 liter of water. Okay, we're gonna fill that up. We're gonna put 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. So there's the second one. Okay, we're gonna put some potassium chloride. Okay, that's all you need. 1/8 of a teaspoon is about 300 milligrams. So we're gonna put 2 of them. So that's gonna be giving us 600 milligrams of potassium chloride. Then you're gonna get some Aussie trace minerals. This one just pure mineralization. Every 40 drops will give you 200 milligrams of magnesium. So this is where you get your magnesium and other electrolytes. You need about 20 drops in there. And if you want, you can add apple cider vinegar. You don't need no more than a teaspoon. That's it. If you go higher than a teaspoon, you're gonna end up breaking your fast. So a teaspoon is plenty, and that's it. This is all you need to actually make your own electrolytes. Now we can fill this up with water. So there you go. There's your perfect electrolyte drink. Let it sit for about 5 minutes in the sun. Then after it sits in the sun for about five minutes or so, then you actually can start drinking it. This is going to be probably your ultimate electrolyte. Now, I do have a better recipe in school where we have other things added in there, but the idea with the school that a lot of people don't understand, the guidance I give you, I'm not there to sell you a supplement. I will never push you to buy a freaking supplement because I think it's ridiculous. The idea is stabilize your system. That's your upstream. Anything downstream is almost becomes optional, because once you fix your upstream, you never have to worry about your downstream by taking supplements and other things. There's no such thing as magic pill. That's why the idea is when you go in school with my community, you will actually start to eliminate so many supplements out there that your body starts to become stable. So you're saving money and you're investing that money in education so you can learn a little bit more how your biology actually works. Maurice encourages us to consume 3 sea salt minimum from various regions, yes, of the world. One salt doesn't contain the same minerals as other salts. 100%. That's my secret recipe, Liliana. Yeah, 100%. It is. So we add about 3 types of salt and no water, not just a single one. I bought powder magnesium, Sonasi. I would never buy powder magnesium. It depends what kind. You gotta be careful, Audrey. It depends what kind. Some of the stuff does not taste good at all. If it is magnesium chloride, you actually have to mix it. Every 20 grams, you need to mix it with 2 liters of water. Now, here's a secret. If we add, this is one of the biggest mistake that electrolyte companies have done, and I've reached out to almost all of them, and I gave them a suggestion, and nobody would actually do it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's something that I put with my electrolyte. I'm not going to tell you what this is, because that's what causes everybody in school. They probably know that already. The idea is what causes intracellular hydration, not extracellular hydration. And that's what makes like a real salt or real electrolyte drink. Is it LSD? Okay, this is, we're gonna wait till it cools down. Hello, which is better, goat or sheep meat? Especially for sensitive people, sheep meat is better than goat meat. Goat meat is gonna be a lot tougher, a lot leaner, and you'll have to actually, what do you call it? You have to, you almost have to kind of pressure cook the goat meat because it's a lot tougher. It doesn't hold as much fat at all compared to the sheep milk. Sheep milk is actually nice, and it does have a good ratio of fatty acids. Same with the lamb. Stay curious. It's creatine. No, it's not creatine. I can't give you the hint. But creatine does a little bit of intracellular hydration, but not enough as other amino acids possibly. Right, Duke? Duke is waiting for his eggs. Yeah, any sensitive people, I would actually always recommend sheep or lamb more than beef. What if the sheep is grain fed? You know, the idea is sometimes we can't really control that. And you have two different people. One person eats everything perfect, grass fed, grass finished. The other person, one person, yeah, buys everything that is grass fed, grass finished. The other person cannot afford it, but yet buys grain. It's all about keeping it simple and not too much variety. The body thrives on both, but you'll have to actually adjust the intake of the fat because the fat could be a little bit more omega-6 rich, right? So you have to kind of understand the value of it and how much you're getting inside your body. But the idea is, you have to stable your system, then anything in specific, like small things as such, then you can actually adjust as you go. Don't eat after 4 p.m. and you get skinny. I don't eat after 2 p.m. and I'm not skinny. I just changed to the German Pure creatine. Awesome, good work. 100%. I can go for big fatty prime rib right now. 100%. That'd be awesome. I have liver that I'm gonna be eating soon. I love lamb. Yes, Norris is better for me for digestion. It is much easier because the ratio of the fat is way better than a beef, and even the meat is quality is better. Luckily, I can afford a grass-fed beef in Talo. Here in Canada, when we get the grass-fed, it's always a hit and miss, and it does get quite expensive. Sometimes I can't really get it because it's all about trusting the source, and a lot of them sometimes they bullshit. So if I know, well, you can tell when you look at the fat. If it's not yellowish, it's too whitish. That means there is more grain fed or grain finished. Then you can trim the fat out, eat the meat lean, add your own add your own, let's say, fats such as butter, ghee, or others if you can actually handle it. So sometimes we have to do that for trust reasons and issues. Is for example, when you go buy chicken eggs and they tell you, yeah, they're free range and whatnot, but you notice that they actually add marigold or astaxanthin in the feed to actually make the yolk orangey. There's a lot of different things out there we've been cheated left and right on that we have to actually keep an eye on. Been using Korea Pure for a couple of years now. Great product it is, and it's much better for the system. A lot less heavy metals in it compared to the regular one that we tend to see everywhere. 100%. That's the best way to do it. Duke, 2 more minutes, bud. Waiting for his eggs to cool down. If he doesn't cool down, he can actually puke it out. Too hot. Okay, just 5 minutes, my friend. 5 minutes. Yeah, I get free range organic eggs, no soy, no corn feed. That's perfect. The chicken, they still kind of, some of them, they eat seeds, but no corn and no soy at all, for sure. They still eat other type of seeds. They eat, flaxseed or others. That's how you can get some good coloration. I feed them liver once in a while as well too, at least like twice or 3 times a week for heavy protein, and actually helps for regrowth and better immunity. So there's a lot of things we can definitely do to the animals so you can get the quality you're looking for. Can you stall on fat adaptation? I started getting nausea after eating fat after 6 months on carnivore. Another clearance issue. It is a clearance issue, and that usually happens that you've overwhelmed your gallbladder. The question is why? What changed? How come your system is not stable anymore? So sometimes it could be your cortisol, or your sleep is being interrupted, or your digestion has slowed down somehow. It's time to give it a break or do a little fasting and actually rejuvenate your system. Do you supplement your chicken with calcium like oyster shells? I do. I bought a 50 kilogram oyster bag. So I have like a separate intake for them to take. Sometimes I mix it. Sometimes I just keep it by itself. And the eggs we get, here, let me show you. So I got two types of chicken. So we have this type of eggs. They're quite big, and I have this one here. As you can see, they're a little bit smaller. So this one here comes from chickens. I have three different kinds, and this one is the regular hens. These guys, they lay about 3 to 4 times a week. These guys, they lay almost daily, but you can see the size different. Why some people react to butter? I react to it, especially after I blend it in hot water. The only reason you react to it is because it's rendered fat, liquid fat, and sometimes it shocks the body, shocks the gallbladder, and you would actually react to it that your body was not ready for it. That's why I stay away from a lot of rendered fat myself. I only eat like solid fats, and what I mean by solid fats are whatever is on the steak itself, or whatever is on the lamb itself, or the meat itself. That's the type of fat I actually tend to stick with. Now, the butter or the ghee or the suet and stuff, I rather have suet because suet is more solid fat. So that's better for you than being heavily processed, because still, the butter is like rendered, and after that, from rendering, they actually have to let it cool down, then they actually repackages. So in a way, I think of it as being processed. So I rather go with stuff that is more natural. So even when I buy my lamb or beef, I actually trim all the fat, and I actually keep them frozen until I want to cook eggs with, or suet, for example. I will put a little bit, let it heat up slowly, then I cook my eggs. So same thing. But the best fat that I can actually tolerate, or maybe you can tolerate, is the bone marrow fat. So I collect all my bone marrow fat. So there you go. So I have a cup. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is all my bone marrow fat. So when I cook the bone, when I do like bone broth and stuff, I let it cool down, and that thick butter on the top, I actually collect that, and for like say cooking. Now the only reason I like it and a lot of people tolerate it better, because about 60% No, it's actually more. I think 70 or 72% monounsaturated fat, and roughly, give or take, about 30% being saturated fat. So some people tend to tolerate it better. But you have to be careful not to oxidize it either. Okay, let's eat, Duke. Here. Here you go. No, wait, sit down. Okay, go for it. Have your little eggs, you silly. That's it, he's used to it. Every day at 9 a.m. he wants to have his eggs. This is like a little morning snack. Is that good, Duke? Yeah? Okay. Now I can have a shoe. Yeah, no kidding. This is Duke's plates. He has 2 plates. Okay, good. You're done? Okay, should we go outside? Yeah, should we go outside? You're done eating your eggs? Okay, let's go. Let's go this way. I prefer sweat, notice longer, stable energy. 100%. 100%. Sweat is going to be like your number one. And the way I look at it is, or what works for me is the bone marrow fat is my number one. My second choice is sweat. Then anything else I usually don't use as much, but these two would be my top choice more than anything. And if you want like steady energy, you want to feel good, wow, we got another chemtrail. So far today we've had 6 chemtrails from 4 o'clock till now. They're trying to actually cool down the weather like crazy, like back and forth. It's freaking ridiculous. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see. There's another one. So this morning we had 3 this way. We had 1 that way when I was talking to you guys. Now we just had another one that way. Yeah, it never ends. That's how it is here in the summer. Like we look at the sky, instead of getting like nice clear sky, we have lines everywhere, which is unfortunate. And it's funny, this has started happening since like COVID. You know, as soon as that time frame hit, that's when we start to have these chemtrails like crazy. It's ridiculous. Guys, Maurice's school and Substack are the best investment of your life. Incredibly affordable because he actually cares about our well-being. How blessed we are to have access. Thank you, Maurice. Hey, thanks so much, Anne, for putting that out there. I appreciate you, and I hope you're having an amazing, happy Easter. Hi, Habibi. Nice to see you. And Duke, hey, Gozan, how are you? Finally, we get some sun, but we got some. It's supposed to be like 15 degrees today, so I don't know if it's gonna be there or not. Hey, Duke, you satisfied? You're happy now? You got your eggs? Yeah. Are we gonna have a fire today? We're gonna have a little fire to clean up the whole yard. Pauline, how are you? Duke, with me. Stay with me. Don't just walk ahead of me. I'm good, thanks. Excellent. Just gonna check in the chicken, see if we have any eggs yet. Look, back up. Oh, they're laying still. Hey guys, back up, back up, back up. Let me close the door. I can't push the door much. Is it possible that the carnivore diet might not work for someone and maybe they have to reintroduce plants sometimes to feel better? No. Don't blame the diet, blame your system. Ask questions. The question is, what do you mean it does not work? We cannot blame the diet. Your biology, something is not stable. Your nervous system, maybe, your cortisol, you're living in a fight or flight mode. Your gut is not stable. So it depends how long you've been doing carnivore for. It's not the diet didn't work for you, it's something is off that you're not doing correctly. The problem is every time we something happens, we blame the diet, but we never really look at our system, what is happening inside. How come it's not I don't feel stable when I eat certain meat? How come I feel that way when I eat certain fats? Is the fats coming from a good source? Is the meat coming from a good source? Am I cheaping out and buying food from the grocery store, or am I actually going to a butcher and getting good quality cuts? So there's a lot of questions we have to ask. Then you have to ask, well, how is my sleep? How's my mood? How's my energy? How's my performance? How is my cognitive, my cognition, for example? How's do I crash throughout the day? Do I feel terrible? Do I feel like there's something missing in my gut, that my digestion is not working? Maybe I am overcooking my meats. Maybe I'm not keeping them as rare so I can get all the enzymes that my body requires. Maybe I'm not salting enough, so I'm not causing proper blood volume. So there's a lot of questions to be asked before we blame a diet. So this is very, very important. And that's why I break all these things within my school and my community. So therefore I can teach you how everything works. On carnivore over a year, is it possible when detoxing certain skin issues can happen? Oh yeah. You're still in the early game. Like, to give you an example, when it comes down to oxalate sensitivity, it can take anywhere up to 6 years before oxalates flush out from your system. So you're gonna get skin, you're gonna get eye issue, you're gonna get joint pain, crystal release. So there's a lot of things that actually happen. So there's a lot more than what people think. And what happens is, once the body start to trust you, new things will surface, and you have to be ready for it. Yeah, there you go. Detoxing, oxalate dumping, could be many things. School members also learn what blood test to run so that we can learn how to really assess on our bodies and function. Doctors won't run blood to truly 100%, Liliani. So everything is broken down in school, from blood work to biomarkers to everything. Well, we have a few functional medicine doctors who actually are in school, and we have some teachers as well are in school. So and I do have another group of doctors that want to actually join the school as well too, because it's stuff they want to learn that they've never been taught before. So it is heading down that route, because they want to learn a little bit more than just treating people with medications. Any way to combat histamines, gut symptoms from canned sardines? Yeah, so I have a lot of us have histamine issue, but if you've noticed, here I'll give you a clue. If you've noticed that sometimes you might eat certain things that for a fact they will cause like a histamine reaction, but sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. You have to say yes to that answer, because everybody goes through that. So that's what kind of got me to research it even more and understand it even more. So what happened is based on the body's biology, based on the body, whether it's been stable. It's all about stability. If your body is stable, that means you have good mitochondrial energy, then you won't have histamine issues. Have been eating a lot of oxalates in the past and been having major skin issues. Even after 1 year on carnivore, can oxalate come out of the skin and scalp and make things? Oh yeah. Keep in mind, oxalate dumping takes anywhere up to 6 years. Like for example, it took me almost 7 years coming off a plant-based vegan diet. I got functional medicine doctor that did the good blood test and GI map and Nutravel test, but he still hates carnivore. Oh, the Nutravel, I love that test. If he would be awesome to check it out to see your factors. Doctors don't know what they don't know. Not their fault. It's the corrupted medical industry who manipulates the materials and information that doctors learn in med school. 100%. It's all controlled. Big corporations. Yeah, me too. Over a year, and I'm getting these simply like things sometimes. Do you know of any ways to mitigate or combat histamine thoughts? Energy. Energy, ATP production. What produces ATP production? Proper intake of high protein. What has the highest level of creatine? There's a hint for you. Bless those doctors who truly want to learn the truth on how our bodies work and who want to implement it into their practice. Yeah, 100%. I highly suggest that to a lot of doctors, and the more we can get, the more they can open up and actually start to go on their own. And but the problem is, me for fact, guys. I don't rely on supplements. I hate supplements because if I'm gonna sell you guys supplement, I'm no better than a doctor who's actually pushing medications. You're not medically deficient. You're not supplement deficient. You're nutrient density deficient. Once you fix these, everything else will actually follow. I will be sending all the tests for a consult soon. Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Ultra reputarian, someone who gives authoritative sounding advice on subject they know nothing about. The funny thing is when you go to a doctor's office, so the reception asks you, "What are you here for?" "Oh, I'm here for," you give her a reason, or she asks you a few questions. She writes it down. Then you go and you sit in the waiting room. Then they call your name. You go into another waiting room. While you are waiting in that waiting room, the doctor comes and he looks at your record. He says, "Hey, Maurice has ear infection. So let's open." They have a big, massive books about. I think it was about like. I think I've looked at it about 2,500 pages, give or take. And what they do is they go through it and say, "Okay, ear infection," and they give you the top 3 medications. So he goes in there and he checks your ear. "Okay, your ear is a little bit reddish in the inside. Okay, you can take this medication 3 times a day for 7 days, and you should be feeling good." And that's all they do. There's their 7 day window, 7 minute window, and that's why I call them the best salespeople out there. They can sell you a lifetime medication within under 7 minutes, and you're happy to take it. I thought the term was internet influencer. That is 99% of America's medical industry. Hello, Maurice. Where did you learn all this knowledge? Was it on your own time and research, or you actually did a course or some type of degree that teaches you all the truth? So, back in 2000, I did actually go to school. I did actually learn a little bit about nutrition, but what you learn about nutrition, I'll say it straight out, is all bullshit. Okay, it's all bullshit. I went for a couple years in school and everything, and it was all bullshit. So what happened is what I ate was thought was healthy was not necessarily healthy. So all that stuff that I've been teaching you guys and I talk about, it took me years of research and I learned it all on my own. And it all happened since 2015 when I had my own accident with a heart attack as a nutritionist, and I started to kind of question everything. And that's when I came to a solution that a lot of the stuff we've been taught was all bullshit. So that's why since then I started to write all my valuable information that I've been researching and testing as a trial and error with a blood test and everything. And that's why my school is doing really good, because everything I teach is not found anywhere. It's not found from other doctors or other influencers or others, unless, see, even the rooster agrees, unless you actually lived it and you've experienced it, then that's true meaning of actually educating others. And that's why I did the school. And I'm actually putting it all into a books, like maybe 2 books or 3 books. So this way, at least when I leave, when my time comes and I leave, at least there's some good, valuable truth of information out there that everybody can learn from. I feel bad for the overweight, sick, and depressed young people who are just subject to what the parents put on the table in a pantry. It is. It's unfortunate. And you know, all that pantry, all that bullshit, we don't need it. All you need is a fridge that has meat, eggs. And you know what? Living off a grid, and I think we should actually, that's why I wanted to invite people, because you come off a grid and you actually want to stay here for a week or two. Guess what? The only thing that you have access to is meat and eggs. That's all you need to actually thrive and survive. You don't need variety. Variety is bullshit, money making. Maurice, I have some great news. Today is 1 week I have been off blood pressure tablets thanks to the learnings from school. I'm blown away from the learning and the impact it has had on my health. I'm glad everything is working out for you, Paul, and thanks so much for sharing with everybody. Continue the hard work. You're going to get there and you're going to fix everything at the root cause. Statins are no good for you. No, statins are not good. They will actually shrink your brain. You'll probably end up having Alzheimer or something down the road, 5 years down the road. I want them to outlaw all this processed shit. Godspeed, Yanadilo. No matter what, it'll never happen. The percentage is so tiny, so minuscule, that I want to make a change in the world, but it'll never happen. Whatever you guys are being taught in school and whatever I teach you and whatever you hear, we're almost about 10-15 years ahead of our time, that you're never going to actually get that information from anybody, or anybody will actually change. If they're not making money in it, they'll never change. They have to be a lot of money in it. Even my, see, this is a chicken. I got, see, a gray color, like light brown, and we have the regular hands. This one here, the one on the ground, that's the one that has actually mites that I have to actually, I've been trying to treat. That's so, these are the two ones that I was given, and the big rooster too that I was given. And we have the chickens right now, they're laying inside. Why improving ATP production improves histamine issues? Join my school, I'll explain that why. Big food and big pharma are too powerful. They work in conjunction with 100%. Have you noticed a lot of carnivore that needs to eat less fat than others? And could your blood lab give you indication beyond how you feel? Oh, 100%. 100%. There is no such thing as one diet fits all. There's no such diet that one diet, well, there's no such intake of food that one diet fits all. If I eat 2 grams of fat per 1 pound of body weight and I thrive, it might be poison for you because your gallbladder is designed different than mine. So yeah, it doesn't mean if you're not feeling good, eat more fat. Like every influencer out there will say, oh, you don't feel good, eat more fat. Oh, you don't sleep, eat more fat. Oh, your cortisol is high, eat more fat. That's not a freaking answer. That's a lazy science. That's a lazy science answer. Each one of us has different issues, different biological things change in our body, and we don't know how our, you know, 10-15 years ago, how we used to eat and what partially damage we caused to our system. So no, we're not all equivalent. Some of us move more than others. Some of us have good clearance. Some of us have good handling level. Some of us don't. So you can't have two people eating the same thing. That's why I said in my last video, two people eat the steak. One person feels amazing and optimal, everything works out good. The other person feels like shit. Why? Well, another influencer, another nutrition will say, eat more fat. Well, that's not an answer. That's a lazy answer. Power craves to be overloaded. Human, 100%. Not enough protein can have people over consuming fat big time. That's one thing, yes. Seen it many times. Yeah. People actually cheap out on protein and they don't eat enough. Blame is just a lazy person's way of making sense of chaos. Douglas Coupland. Love that. I agree. Everything is money and power. 100%. 100%. There's no money. Nobody wants to give any advice, right? It's crazy. Hey, where's the ball, Duke? Did you lose it? I'll play with you while we're here. Duke wants to go for a hike in the bush. I wish I can take the camera with me, and we'll go up the crown land there. It's pretty scary. No, it's pretty dark actually. Go up there, right after that water line here, where my water is up on the top. It's pretty dark. We only go there like a couple times in the summertime. Right now it's too early. There'll be a lot of animals. If I take Duke with no leash, he'll be going after a lot of animals, so it'll be tough. Don't understand how people are saying that cattle are causing planetary destruction. It's all about control. You know, once I control you, then I can tell you how much meat to eat. And eventually, nobody's going to be able to afford meat because they know it makes people smart. It actually activates our hippocampus and other things. But you know, it is what it is. We can't really fight that. Cow farts. Guys, cow farts are ruining our planet. It's crazy, some of the stuff we get. I know I can't say much, but it is what it is, right? Sick world, how the hell do we start? I wish we could. We can't. You know, even thought you might be living in a place, you're living off grid, or you're living in a specific location. There isn't a whole lot we can do. We are all, you know, all we can do is, some of us, is be thankful and pray and say thank you. And we can't do anything else. We can't really overthrow or do anything to the upper class. Oh, the background noise here is so relaxing. It's pretty awesome. Here, let's go. Let's see how far I can go off before Duke sees me, because he wants to come with me. Oh, here he comes. He heard me. He comes running. Duke. So I know we haven't been up here, because usually every time I come here, I lose signal. So hopefully this internet one works better. So let me show you where I'm at right now. This is a spot Duke used to come and play. So I have the water here that actually is collected to this level. From here, it drops down. Do you have any wolves or coyotes? Yeah, we do. We do get coyotes every single day. Wolves, in the winter time, you can hear them, but never seen them. So there's my water come down. I don't know if you guys can see it. All the way down. Beautiful sound. There's my little unit that I'm fixing. Hopefully we still have signal. And this is a tree that fell a couple of weeks ago. It fell, knocked my water tank off, because one tree fell here, one tree fell there from the heavy wind, knocked out my water collector. So as you can see, we get a lot of trees, they fall off. And we got these trees fell. They missed my little greenhouse. Then after that, you can see I have another 1 inch diameter hose goes in the water so it doesn't freeze. And I collect it on that. And that's the overflow that goes back and it drops down for my water so I can get for my chicken coop. So still a lot of work. Try wood ashes in chicken coop protocol. For what? For to keep them like parasite clean and stuff? Is that what it is? Like the shark oil? The original Democrat, like it failed when it became representative. People miss history 100%. So still a lot of work to do. So I'm looking forward to this summer, but my freaking ribs hurt, so I can't really do much right now. Try wood ashes. So the wood ashes, so the charcoal and stuff, I have lost from my wood stove. I can probably put in there for them to actually clean the mites and stuff. Would that be good? Like I have a whole bucket right now I have to clean from my wood stove. So this is the section I was gonna actually fix here and put like a small guest unit. So when you guys come and visit, but this is it. This is what I was gonna put it right here. I gotta remove the tree stump, and look what happened. A tree fell. This tree fell. I have to actually got it cut. I took these two by myself down, so I can have more room on top of the water. But that tree fell. So if I had the unit here, it would have been crushed. So still quite a bit of work, but it's coming along slowly, which is nice. My ribs are hurting more now than when I fell on Tuesday, Maurice. Hope you have a speedy recovery. Oh, they like every day you'd figure that it would actually hurt. Like it would actually, the pain would stop, and it's brutal. The pain is brutal. Like I wake up every day at 2 p.m., 2 a.m., sorry, and you can't even fall asleep anymore. My ribs. So you're probably having the same issue. You know, fast recovery for you as well. But I was doing some research, and it could take roughly about 2 months for a full recovery. So that's insane. Yes, might they love it? Fun to watch. Okay, I'll do that. Damascus earth kill the mice. I have some Damascus earth, but what I was told is because their legs of the chicken, two of them are swollen, I have to grab the chicken, I have to put their feet in warm water, then I have to actually put some coconut oil with Damascus earth, and actually I have to do that every day for 7 days to kill the mites. I don't know. That's the instruction I was given. Plain reinforces that you are still alive. Oh, 100%. Trust me, sometimes we go through so much pain, it's crazy. And still, I have to take all that wood that we cut, all that lumber that we cut, because I wanted to clear this section to put one of the unit here as well. But I have a lot of good wood for my wood stove, which is nice to have, which is good. And I'm glad I can get signal here, because here, let me show you guys what I'm at. Never been down here. Because all the wood that we were cutting over the season, me and a faller, and of course we got the water going, so it's pretty nice. So there's all that wood I have to move by hand. I gotta move it this year. I'll cut it all in a chainsaw and we'll move it out, so it's nice and clean. Yeah, wood ash helps control parasites like lice and mice when used in their dust bath. I have been warnings to keep amounts low because of potassium in it. Damascus earth is great. Okay, I'll mix some Damascus earth because I bought a bag for them, and I'll mix it with the ashes and stuff, and I'll put it inside their chicken coop. Hey, Duke, wanna let me in? Let me in, bud. Back up so I can come in. Hold on, let me open this. Joyeux Pack, happy Easter, just another day for me, except that I ate a few pieces of dark chocolate. Oh, nice. Duke, back up. No, you can't come out. You can't come out. Back. You can't go out from here. Nice, dark chocolate, 75, 85%. Hopefully. Can't believe how much rice Western nations eat nowadays. Hey, maybe if I do go plant-based, maybe white rice would be one of the choice because it has the least anti-nutrient effect on the human body. But half of the white rice is like probably plastic. Be careful and do not inhale Damascus earth. Yeah, that's I usually every time I put some, I actually put a small mask on. But last time I did it without putting a mask on, and it didn't really feel good. I use Damascus earth to control fleas on my dog. Really? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, human. That's the one I have. It is a human grade, so it is safe. Eating it will also clear parasites. Great to stop bugs and ants too. Huh? I'm getting a lot of good information from you guys. Definitely, I'm gonna because I got some last week, but I haven't really. I just sprayed a little bit in the chicken coop, but I haven't really mixed it with anything. But that's good to know. What about avocados and macadamia nuts? Macadamia nuts. The only reason they are, if you can get your hands on some good ones, they're actually very rich in monounsaturated fats. Avocado, yes, if it's not the man-made avocado, the wild-grown avocado, then yes, it is good. Um, but the problem is, here in Canada, where I'm at, we don't have access to avocado at all. It's too cold for it to grow, so everything gets imported from Mexico or the US, and the ones that you guys actually see in the stores of the avocado, that's actually man-made, not the original avocado that actually comes in nature. Now, macadamia originally it comes from Australia. The problem is with macadamia, it's heat sensitive, heat and air sensitive. So most of the time you're gonna actually get them, they're gonna be oxidized. So the only access that I would have here in Canada would be walnut, because here there is some company, there is some farmers that actually grow walnut. Yeah, he did. He found his ball. That's the only ball he would actually play with. 85% chocolate. A Mars bear was temptation but resisted, and just 3 squares of dark chocolate actually was easy not to eat. Processed bad Mars. Where's the chocolate? Yeah, stick with 85% is good. It's better than some of that heavily processed stuff. Even if they make them taste so good, they're not good for you. They'll get you sick. Then you're gonna actually regret it after. So the dark chocolate wouldn't be too bad. Would be okay. Duke, you wanna play? Now is it your turn? Should we say bye to everybody so we can get the day started? Yeah. Oh, my chickens are laying right now. Is chocolate Easter bunny liver 100% chocolate? I think so. Eat some liver. That's your chocolate. I have a recipe for chocolate with liver. I should share it with you guys. The Lindt 70% chocolate. Labs way too much sugar in it. Did you guys know that the Lindt chocolate is not real chocolate? By the way, it's actually fake. They put coloring and they put like seed oils, so it's not a true chocolate. Be careful of that. There was a documentary a couple of years ago on it. There's a sun, astonishing south. Not sure the time there. It's about 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. here, Nicholas. Chocolate is trash. Eat meat and butter, 100%. You don't need chocolate. It's very heavily in oxalates. Very heavily in oxalates. Once I got acclimated to just beef, I had zero cravings. Oh, 100%. Except for morning coffee. I tried to do decaf later if I want more. Thoughts it tastes terrible. Yeah, I tried cafe decaf. It's like terrible. I would never try it again. I bought a bag and I regret buying the bag. I didn't affect me too much. Was up until 3 a.m. Snow all melted for you guys. Yes, all gone. Awesome. It is. Yeah, 3 a.m. in the morning. Nice. They are heavy in metals. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of stuff. What you guys thought was healthy or was good for us, it's not really healthy. A lot of it is like a lot of it is fake. So you definitely have to be careful. Many chocolates are chemically made. 100%. A lot of the stuff is. Anything you buy, let's put it this way: anything you buy from a store is not ideally a true food. Here on my island, nice. We make out on chocolate with locally grown cocoa beans. So probably that's like your real chocolate. After you ferment it and everything, then you get rid of you reduce some of the oxalates and anti-nutrients, then I would be okay. Even organic chocolate available in stores include soy crop. Oh, 100%. The highest grades so bitter 100%, but it's good. That's awesome. Glad it's working for you, Pauline. If you have access to it, then definitely, for sure, go for it. That'll be awesome. But other than that, buying it from a local store, that's not the way to do it. Yep, I dislike Lint. I used to eat single origin, 1, 2 ingredients, dark chocolate. Yeah, you have to be careful. Duke, you ready? I'm gonna change my shoes so we can do some work. If it's in a package, it might not be food. It's an ingredients list listed, not food. Oh, 100%. It's funny, the moment you have more than one single ingredient, it's not food anymore. And that's why we put so much variety in the body that the body confuses itself and does not know what to do anymore, whether it's real food or not. And most of the time, it's just you're hitting the body left and right with so much chemicals that is disrupting everything. Wait, Duke, I gotta take my shoes off. Blanched my tomato this morning and peeled the reduce. Yeah, that's what the Italians used to do. They actually remove the skin and the seeds of the tomatoes. So therefore, it's not causing as much issues. But still, an average tomato still contains about 54 carcinogenic. If you look at the research, 54 carcinogenic. I want to let you know that the chicken have arrived. Let me know when you'd like to come. Oh, I got a message from the farmer. Give me a second, guys. Good morning, Maurice. Want to let you know that the chickens have arrived. Let me know when you'd like to come to pick them. You were looking 5 or 6. You're looking for 5 or 6. They will be $25 each. They started laying or eggs already. I got 8. I'm getting 8 from the other company. So 8. Yeah, I'll take all 6. Yes, I'll take 6 of them. But it will be at least 2 weeks to do the trip to your location because my car is in a shop and the mechanic won't be able to start fixing it until the week after next. So I have no car at the moment. Please keep the chickens until my car is fixed and I can come to pick them up. Appreciate you and happy Easter. There we go. Yeah, 25 per chickens. That's the average. Usually the average chicken here sells between about $15 for non-laying chickens. These guys are already starting to lay, so they're already at 19 weeks old. So $25 is very reasonable. It's about a 2-hour drive, so I'll have to drive 2 hours. The thing is, I fell, damaged my ribs the day after. The steering wheel start to shake. Went to kind of get it checked. It's actually some damage to the car. So now I have no car for 2 weeks. The car is gonna be heading to the shop on Thursday, but the guy won't work on it till the following week because he ordered some pieces, and because we live off grid, it's just everything takes time. It doesn't happen within a single day. So I have to wait till my car is fixed, then I can take that trip and go pick up the chicken. So I got 6 chickens from this guy, and I have already 8 chickens from another farm. The other guys, they actually they're giving it to me for a lot better because they given me $18 a chicken. This guy wants $25. So he's making some money to his pocket, which is fine. He can have, $6-7. He's a nice guy. He owns about 200 chickens, but you know what? Out of like he only feeds his chickens soy and corn. But as soon as I get him here, I will actually be feeding them heavy liver for at least 10 days. So this way it actually deactivates their detox pathway, and this way we can flush out any of the seed oil. So the eggs that I'll be getting from these chickens, there'll be food for them for the first 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks, that's when the new nutrient density will actually kick in. So by then it'll be good. So that'll be nice. I'm sure when I go there, I'll tell him to kind of make me a deal or some sort. Because last year he did. I got these chickens from him last year, and they're doing really well. So why not? So that said, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. We've been here more than 2 hours. I know I always say I'm gonna stay for 1 hour, and we end up staying a little bit longer because, we're showing you guys around. But I want you guys to have an amazing Sunday, and hopefully it's nice and sunny for a lot of you guys. And happy Easter to everyone. You'll have plenty of time to get the coop finished. The coop is all done. All I need is just a roof. The inside is all completed. Well, the outside is all completed. I just have to put the metal roofing. It'll arrive here on Thursday. Once I install that, then I'll get the chickens in, so I'll be perfect. 100%. You guys take care. Have a good Sunday, and for most of you guys, we'll see you guys live on Tuesday in school. And you guys take care of yourselves. Tomorrow I pick up my tractor and new rotary cutter, so back to work. Cheers to that. That's awesome. Peace, Andrew. You guys take care of yourself, and we'll touch base. Cheers, guys. Friends in Lebanon and Israel report they are doing well given all the fighting.